In this video, we're going to look at how to overcome body image insecurities and low self-esteem. I'll share with you tips on how to go from self-doubt to self-love through fitness, which I've incorporated to transform my relationship with myself and build my self-confidence. The first step to overcoming body image insecurities and low self-esteem is to stop beating yourself up when you just can't seem to get yourself to do what other people seem to do so easily. Like, for example, you hear some people run 30 minutes every day and you can't seem to even get yourself to run once a week, which makes you insecure and probably thinking you're a failure. So the rule is to stop comparing yourself to other people's exercise choices and to reframe the word exercise as joyful movement. So what is joyful movement? It's different for everyone. Shocking, I know. And the fun part is you get to explore it yourself and discover what that is for you. So the first way to do this is to try a new physical activity each week that sounds fun, not punishing. This could be dance, rock climbing, or even hula hooping. The last new physical activity I explored was a week-long intensive circus training, during which I tried aerial hoop, rope, trapeze, and many more fancy stuff. I wouldn't say I'm taking any of them as a regular training for now, as I am already quite satisfied with my current fitness routine. But it was a nice break from the usual, which motivated me even more to stick to my current routine. Another way to do this is to focus on how your body feels rather than how it looks when you're working out. So notice, right, the strength in your muscles and the rhythm of your breath. That's why during my workouts, I always make sure I utilize tempo, which is slowing down during the eccentric phase, and isometric holds, so I can bring awareness to the contraction of my muscles and my breath patterns, which gives me a greater sense that my muscles are actually working and growing and makes me feel like this sense of accomplishment. And the more you accomplish, the more confident you're going to feel about yourself, knowing you are living to your fullest potential. However, I also must emphasize that you are already worthy regardless of your achievements. For the music fans out there, you can also create a playlist of songs that make you want to move and dance, and use this for your workout to boost your enjoyment. Like, for example, when I'm running, I like to use music to create the intervals and keep me distracted from the actual pain. I'll sprint, when certain words are repeated, or rest when it's just the melody. So just make fitness a game and just try not to take it so seriously. Life is already too short for that. And honestly, if you're lazy like me, who isn't too particular about music selection, there are many existing playlists out there that you can use. So usually I'll just type things like Girl Power or Disney Workout Mix and use those. So remember, movement should bring you joy, not make you want to kill yourself or others. And if you're not enjoying an activity, it's okay to try something else. You're not a failure. You just haven't found the right movement for you. The next step to overcoming body image insecurities and low self-esteem is to practice intuitive eating, which is learning to trust your body's signal. Because often, we judge ourselves for our lack of self-control when we think we've eaten bad foods, as claimed by some health guru, even though our body was craving for it at the moment and we've truly enjoyed it. Similarly to the previous approach to fitness, there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to diet as well. While food is good for someone, it might not be good for you. And intuitive eating will help you to explore the right diet for you. The first way to practice intuitive eating is to start each meal with a mini meditation. You can take 3 deep breaths and check in with your hunger levels. Are you eating because your body needs the energy, or are you just eating for the sake of escaping some other issues? And perhaps sometimes your body doesn't actually need the energy, but let's say you're with friends and you just decided to eat for fun and for pleasure. Doing the mini meditation helps you to recognize what you're eating for and be more in control on whether you're eating for the right reasons rather than having to stick to this idea of eating only when you're hungry. To practice intuitive eating, I also recommend eating your meals without distractions. This will help you to tune into your body fullness cues. I know this is the hardest for most of us, living in this world where multitasking is God and we all want to be catching up with the rat race, me included. So for me, when I notice I'm almost done with my meal, I just check in with myself, right? To see whether I'm already full or I really need to finish this meal to feel full. Then make my choice. Occasionally, when I'm on a retreat program, I'm able to eat completely distraction-free, which I've experienced this great feeling of attunement with my body and food. So if you're able to practice that as well, even occasionally, it's good enough. You can also keep a food and mood journal, but focus on how food makes you feel, not the amount of calories. What makes life good or bad when you evaluate it in the end really boils down to how you feel on a daily basis, not some random numbers. So eat food that makes you feel good. And I mean physically, mentally, emotionally. If you say eating fast food makes you feel good, make sure it ticks off all 3 boxes rather than just the emotional aspect. And if it ticks off all 3, by all means you're a rather odd but lucky one then. Intuitive eating is about trusting your body, not restricting it. And it takes practice, but it's worth it. You can also overcome body image insecurities and low self-esteem by cultivating self-compassion. Self-compassion is just simply the process of turning your compassion inwards. So, being kind and understanding rather than harshly self-critical when we fail or make mistakes or feel inadequate. It's essentially giving yourself the same kindness and support we give to a good friend. So, to cultivate self-compassion, you can start by doing a daily self-compassion practice. Each morning, look in the mirror and say one kind thing to yourself. It might feel difficult and inauthentic to start because you're so used to criticizing yourself. But what feels familiar doesn't necessarily mean it's good for you. So you have to really fight that initial resistance to be kind to yourself instead of condemning yourself. And eventually, it'll become easier and you'll feel the benefits of it coming true. And if you find it hard to come up with words of your own, you can use affirmation cards. So for example, I have this stack of affirmation cards that I use, I am affirmation cards, which I repeat to myself daily, and it really sets the tone of the day to a good start. Self-compassion also means that when you make a mistake or feel like you failed, ask yourself, how would I talk to a friend in this situation? Then talk to yourself that way. So when a friend told you they ate a whole tub of ice cream because she had a crappy day at work dealing with a demanding boss, will you tell her off for doing that? Most likely we'll tell them something along the lines of, it's alright and you're still an amazing person. But if you choose to tell her off, hopefully it's with some tact and thoughtfulness that comes from a place of genuine love and care for their well-being. And to solidify this practice, you can also write a letter to your body, thanking it for all it does for you every day. Acknowledge the wonderful qualities in yourself that are beyond your physical body. Remember, you deserve kindness from yourself always. Plus, you only need to do this once. And then you can keep it in a place where you can refer to whenever you feel you need that sense of connection again with yourself and your body. The 4th step to overcome body image insecurities and low self-esteem is to redefine your fitness goal and find what fitness means to you. Again, stop taking other people's idea of fitness and making it your own without testing it for yourself first. You are a unique being given the opportunity to explore and craft your personal journey in all aspects of life. So don't waste it by comparing it with others and feeling like you've come up short. So I would recommend setting performance-based goals instead of aesthetic ones. For example, running a 5K or mastering a yoga pose. Aesthetics are extremely volatile and short-lived, whereas performance-based achievements are much more long-lasting. For example, once you've got a handstand, you pretty much can do a handstand for the rest of your life. So for me, I've just signed up for my first half marathon in Disneyland USA next year that I'm super excited about. So that's going to be my focus for the next couple of months to work towards too. Adding to the previous point, celebrate your non-skill victories. If you need tangible evidence, keep a journal or photo album of things your body can do now that it couldn't do before. I'm pretty sure for me, I've gained quite a bit of weight since my eating disorder days, but I definitely can do way more than I could do in terms of my physical capabilities, like a pull-up or a handstand. And lastly, if you're a visual person, you can create a vision board that represents health and wellness beyond physical appearance. So you can include images of strength, of energy and joy. And trust me, in your deathbed, you're not gonna wish that you had been skinnier, but rather you've managed to enjoy all the amazing things life has offered to you with no physical limitations. For me, I'm more of a word person, so I just wrote mine down, and you can do that as well. For me, if you're curious, I am aiming to do a one-arm handstand and more pull-ups. Ultimately, true fitness isn't about achieving a certain look. It's about feeling strong, confident, and at peace with yourself. You are worthy of love and respect, exactly as you are. So we got to redefine what it means to be fit and beautiful, embracing our unique strengths and celebrating our bodies for all that they can do for us. Remember, your fitness journey should empower you, not diminish you. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more content on holistic wellness and love-inspired messages. And share this video with someone who you think might benefit from this. Sending you all lots of love and gratitude.